All right, for this video, I have set up an if-else statement, okay? And we're going to put a condition in here that will test true or false. And all of the character testing methods I'm going to talk about, they all start with the word is, okay? So I'll show you how to use that in a second. So we're going to use these character testing methods. And if they start with the word is, it's usually because it returns a Boolean value, and that's what these do. So we're going to check to see if something is a digit, and it's going to say true or false. If it's true, we're just going to pop up a message box saying true in this case, and if it's false, we'll pop up a message box saying false, just so I can demo how all these methods work. Okay, so these methods, if we're testing a char, and all these methods are part of char. So, and you can see as soon as I put the dot, it starts showing me is white space, is digit, is letter or digit, is upper, is control, is high surrogate, is lower surrogate, is number, is punctuation, is separator. There's a whole bunch of these is functions. We're going to go over a lot of them. I don't even know what all of these do, honestly. But you can figure out what most of them do. I'm not sure what a surrogate or surrogate pair is. But I know what a symbol is. I know what an uppercase is. I know what punctuation is. So once I do a few of these, it will be obvious to you how to use these tests. So let's start with is digit. If character is digit, and then inside the parentheses for the is digit method, I need to tell it what character I want to test. So let's test the letter M. Remember, we have to provide it a char. Okay, so I'm going to hit start. No, why do I have build errors? Give me a second. Somehow I got my, do I have extra? I do. I got some extra. Oops. Had an extra set of braces in there. Let's try it now. No. I see what I did. I believe an extra brace there. And now I think I'm missing one down here. So I put my, there we go. All right, sorry about that. I hit go, and it says false. Okay, so when I test the letter M to see if it's a digit, it said false. Let's test it with the number 6. And it says true. Okay, so the number 6 is a digit. Now I can also use a variable name in here. Boy, I am just batting 1,000 today. You can also use a variable name in here is what I started to say. So I'm going to use my letter. And my letter is the letter G right now. So I should get false when that comes up. And if I change that to a number, it says true. So you get the idea. So char.isDigit, char.is, let's do it with letter. Okay, so isLetter is another method we can use. The letter 8 is not a letter. Excuse me, the number 8 is not a letter, so it's false. But if I change it to an M, it's true. Okay. So isDigit, isLetter. If you remember, we when I showed you those, we had is letter or digit was another option. Okay, so M definitely is a letter or a digit. So is the number 6, which gives us true. What about the $? Is that a letter or a digit? It is not. False. Okay. Now we can also use these. The same method is still a method from the char class. Is letter or digit. My letter is a char. What if I want to test a letter out of my string, out of my name? Okay, well, I can't really do that, okay, but all these methods are overloaded, means we can also use them with a string. But if we're going to use it with a string, we have to add a comma. We have to give it a second piece of information, and we have to tell it the index. If you look, as soon as I push a comma here, is letter or digit. I have to tell it the string I want to look at, but I have to tell it what index number of the string I want to look at. So let's look at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is the capital G in my name, right? So I'm going to put a 4 here. And I'm going to start. Is it a letter or digit, that G? Yes, it is. True. How about if I go to item number 3, which was the space? Is that a letter or a digit? It is not, so I get a false. Okay. So we can test with these methods, we can test individual letters, individual chars, or we can test strings, but if we test a string, we have to use a comma and tell it what index. Let me see. So we covered is digit, we covered is letter, we covered is letter or digit. Since I was testing that right there, let me do is white space. This is index number 3 of my name, white space. And we should get out true. Okay. So is white space is another one. There's also is punctuation. Let's do, I wonder if it considers, so this is a nice easy way to test these. My letter, I don't have to give it an index because my letter is a char. Is a $ considered punctuation? No, it is not. $ is not punctuation. It's a symbol. How about a comma? It is considered punctuation. So I think I've covered most of those that they talked about. Oh, we can also test case. Yeah, here's another one. So let's go back to item my letter, comma 4, and which would be the capital G in my name. We can test it and say is upper. Is that uppercase? Excuse me, my letter, my name. So the 4th item in my name, it is true. It is an uppercase letter. And I can also use is lower. And that should be false because I'm testing my capital G. Okay. All right, so all of those test methods are available to you in the char class for testing individual characters. In the next videos, we will look about ways we can convert. Actually, I'm going to do it. Yeah, we'll do some conversions and then we'll look at pieces of strings that are more than chars but less than the whole string.